Good morning. This is the sound of morning.
I don't like that sound sometimes.
That sound means time to pack up, boys. So it is day 29. We are camping right now at about 5,000 feet of elevation. I'll go out and see what it's like out there. It looks, it's chilly today. Today's going to be chilly, like in the 40s, and cloudy. Maybe it'll get to 50-ish, but definitely going to stay cloudy and chilly. And we have 0.4 to get up and over Unica Mountain. And then the rest of the day is kind of just rolling ups and downs, I think. I might correct myself on that later, but we're hoping to do some decent miles today, so we're going to get moving. Okay, this is one of those mornings where it's kind of hard to pack up because our fingers are frozen. It's pretty chilly out here. Do we have any idea the temperature?
No idea.
I don't think it's below freezing, but it's cold enough that that our fingers are cold. I really want.
It is below freezing. Wait. It's right below 30.
Oh, great. So our filters.
Not frozen, probably.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. This is really hard. It's cold. Our hands are freezing. Everybody's arguing about who's carrying what. I don't know why we don't just carry the same things every day. Everyone's like, well, I carried this and you didn't carry that. And I'm not taking down the tent because I took it down the other day. I mean, this is ridiculous. So let's work together, boys. Okay.
It's cold.
It's cold. Oh my gosh, I had to take my hand out of my mitten and make a real effort here to record for a minute. This was a tough morning. I don't know. I guess we didn't really look at the weather. I wasn't anticipating such a cold morning. It's hard to pack up camp when your fingers are frozen, and hard to pack up your bag and do little clips and things. Oh my goodness. So we did it though. We got packed up and it's a cold morning. Even my shoes feel hard. You know, like the soles of my shoes aren't soft as they usually are. Can't even talk. Our noses are doing that like frozen running thing. What else is happening?
When we got up this morning, my socks were frozen in place.
They were?
Yeah. I left them in my shoes.
Oh, that's not smart, buddy. You're supposed to have them in your sleeping bag. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, it looks like the sun is on the trail here. I mean, the sun is shining. Thank God. Because it's cold. It's really cold. So anyway, we're up and out of camp. This part of the trail is kind of cool. We are climbing up the last little section of Unica Mountain. So we slept last night at the tent site, 0.4 down. And so, I don't know, we were sleeping at well over 4,000 feet of elevation, and we're climbing right now to I don't know if it's 5,000 or 5,100, something like that. So I'm assuming it's going to be chilly at the top, but we'll see how the views are. Oh my gosh. Okay, my fingers are frozen. So, see you soon. This is what? Day what? 29?
4 weeks.
Okay. And it's a Friday, so that means this is 4 weeks since we started, which is pretty cool. And we're hoping to get up and over this to some kind of sunshiny spot where we can have breakfast. Okay. Oh, and I'm trying to charge my phone, and even my phone is saying charging is slow due to the cold temperatures. Whew. So, okay, gotta put my mitten back on. Okay, so just want to show you this. This is super cool. I mean, we're coming up on the summit, I think, nearly 5,000 feet or 5,100 elevation, and we're still in the trees here. This is like a pine forest. Hey guys, how you doing? Hi. Good morning. So, this is pretty cool. Oh, and thank you, sunshine. Asher's up ahead of us. As soon as we got his bag packed up, he took off. Get moving.
Yeah, Mom, my ukulele came undone.
Oh no.
We don't want her to fall.
No. Okay, hold on.
I hate Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia because they don't have summit signs.
That's not nice, Elliot. Shouldn't hate.
They don't have summit signs. That's what I hate.
Elliot,
What?
try that again.
No, I don't really like. The reason, like, I
Was that the summit?
I think so.
So what we think we just passed over the summit. So Elliot, what were you saying?
I was saying that I wish that North Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia all had summit signs like in New Hampshire. Because, like, you don't know when the summit is.
Yeah, so I think those guys were sleeping at the summit. Basically, the summit was still wooded, so it's different from how we would imagine. We always think there's going to be a big, wide open summit, but not always. So now we are going down. That was the summit.
Hey, Mama.
I didn't even, there were people camped
Hey,
there.
Mom.
What?
We have flattish, upish, downish, like rolling bumps
Yeah.
for the next like 8 to 10 miles.
Okay, 8 to 10 miles, Brody says, of flattish rolling bumps. I'm pretty sure it's not flat, but it is pretty mild, I think.
It's not
So
like
we
climbing-
should
It's not climbing up and down, then up and down.
we
then
should
up
be
and
able to make some good time, I would think. So here we go. Frozen fingers. So here we are. We've gone 3.6, and I can take we could take our gloves and mittens off now. It's not warm out, but it's warmed up. So that is good. We've gotten moving, and we're going to come upon shelter within 1/10 of a mile, I think. So a little under 4 miles in, we'll stop and eat some breakfast, hopefully. I'm hoping there's a sunny spot, but at least it's not as cold as it was an hour or so ago. And yeah, Asher's probably already there hanging, waiting for us, because he was first out of camp this morning. Lead dog took off and said he'd wait at the shelter for us. So we should see him in a few minutes and enjoy some breakfast. Oh, I can see the shelter. So we're coming around to it. So here it is. Looks like a smaller one. Right on the trail, which is handy. Handy for stopping and eating. Lead dog. How'd you do?
Good.
Good. You got here pretty fast. All right.
But this thing fell out of my bag,
Oh no.
and I didn't want to stop to put it back in, so I was just carrying it for the last 20 minutes.
Just like
Or
that.
not 20 minutes, 2 miles to get here.
That's good. Extra little bicep workout. All right. Let's have some breakfast. Yeah.
Yes.
Breakfast. At what shelter is this?
I just said it.
Shelter.
Cherry Gap Shelter. Thanks, Ben. Nice little spot. Having some bagels and cream cheese and probably some protein. Some living fuel. The problem with this is we haven't fixed our filtration system yet. We got to get a better way to filter for cooking and for living fuel. And so I'm hoping to do that in the next week or two. We're going to have to make another purchase, I think. Get a better filtration system. Okay, so we've gone 3 miles since breakfast at that shelter. Within like minutes of leaving that shelter, Ben and I were both like, man, we should have taken off our puffy jackets. Because we still had like all these layers on. But Asher has a goal today of sleeping tonight at the Roan Mountain Shelter, which is the highest shelter on the AT. Sounds great. That makes for a 21-mile day for us. So we are, I don't know, 7 or so miles in. We had a long way to go. So we're taking it in 3-mile increments. Told Ben we weren't shedding our layers till we got to the 3-mile point. So we got to a gap and took off some layers. Now we're pushing for another 3 miles. We'll have a snack, then another 3 or 4 miles, and we'll stop for lunch. Keep in mind, lunchtime is now, so that'll really be like a late afternoon lunch. And then we'll have to see if we think we could really get to that shelter or not. It's a stretch for sure at this hour. Not that we can't do it mileage-wise, but we lose a lot of time in the morning. Back at that gap, that we've crossed a road, and I don't know if it was a friend or not, somebody of another thru hiker. It's a crew called the Scurvy Sisters, or the Scurvy Squad, and someone they knew was bringing them some treats, but we didn't hang around. I should have asked them to take my trash, because I got a decent size bag of trash collecting here, but we really didn't stop long, and I didn't want to go over and beg for food or anything, because we just ate and we're doing all right. So onward and upward. rocks?
Yep. Cool. It's good because you can see all the way out. Like, I can see Ben coming finally up the hill.
Nice.
So it's good.
We've gone 3 miles.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so just slightly behind pace.
4,
But
5,
we took 2 stops.
5 minutes.
We took 2 quick stops.
We did.
Snack in a bathroom. Shed layers in a bathroom. So
We're doing fine.
if we get going in a couple of minutes and try to keep this pace for another 3, how far is it to the shelter?
0.5.
No.
Here, let's
I thought it was 4 miles. 3 or 4 miles
Oh, to the
From
shelter.
here.
to the shelter.
From here, no. From here, it's like 2 or...
Okay, I'll check. Because is that where we're going to eat lunch, or are we not ready quite yet?
That's where we're gonna...
So we made it to, I don't know if you can see that, Greasy Creek Gap, elevation 4,031. And so this is the gap. And this is all our stuff. The boys went this way, which looks like Tiger Creek. There's supposedly water down here somewhere. Tiger Creek. Did you find it?
Yep. Little more than 0.2, but...
Oh, man. But you found the water and you filled up?
Yeah.
Nice. So they're making their way back up. We have 2 miles to the shelter where we want to stop for lunch. All right, that was a long 2 miles. And the shelter is down there. You can sort of see it there. It's not that far, but we're not really feeling the need to go down there. So what's happening, boys?
What's
Come on.
happening is we're stopping here to eat a little something. It's currently 3:25. Then we're gonna go another 9 point something miles to Roan Mountain Shelter.
Is it that far? It's not 8?
Maybe it's 8. It's 8 or 9 miles.
All right.
Or not, like
Something like that.
So we're going to have lunch now. We're not going down to the shelter because
We would get sucked in and stuff.
we don't want to spend too much time there, and we can sit on the side of the trail here
In the sun.
in the sun. So, okay, let's do it.
It's behind us.
All right, so let me step up next to you, Ash.
Yeah,
This is quite a view. Look at all the blues to the left, Elliot.
great.
You think that's the shelter? So we came up here and Brody and I were like, look at this farmland.
Yeah. We're gonna come back here and buy that when we're done.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed. Great. Oh, I have a cool picture. Wait here.
All right, so here we come to this gap and road crossing. So we have gone 16.4.
Yep.
This makes 16.4 for the day.
But
And Asher, what's your plan, kid?
my plan is to go another 5 miles up to... I just blinked out.
Roan Mountain Shelter?
Yeah. Roan Mountain Shelter, which is the highest shelter on the whole AT. So I kind of want to sleep in there.
And we're hoping that if we get there, there's actually room for us because we're going to arrive there late.
Well, I mean, it sleeps 15. So,
So hopefully.
yeah.
Okay, so maybe we'll have another snack here. And let's just put this in perspective. So it's 5:15. So let's say we cross right here. We're going to have a quick snack,
2.5 hours.
some water, and we're going to try to
2 miles an hour.
we're going to try to climb 5 miles and how much elevation?
2,000.
2,000. 2,300 feet of elevation in 5 miles. And we want to do this in
2 hours.
2.5.
2 to 2.5 hours.
All right.
2 miles an hour.
So let's have some water and a snack and get to it.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
This kid, this kid is
Bus is leaving.
Hey, this kid has no love for music. He just
5 miles up. See what we're made of?
yes.
I'm off. So we stopped for water break and we're enjoying this blue mountain view. Like Elliot. All right, go ahead. And on the other side. So we've gotten to, there's a whole bunch of tents over there. Tons of tents in this area. This is the tent site just down from the shelter. So we have 2 miles to go. And I don't know. Ash, do you think we're going to find space in the shelter? We could pull up a drop cloth on the floor, I guess.
I think we're gonna be fine.
All right. You probably,
It looks like most of the people are here.
yeah. Hey, Benny.
We don't know.
We got to get to the hotel site
And then we got
and the road.
points. No, we got 0.6 once we get to the hotel site. 0.4 once we get to the dirt road.
We just saw a sign that says shelter point 1, so we are headed up this side trail. Point 1.
Yeah, you can tell we're all kind of tired because I'm dropping my poles.
Cold too. Got really cold.
Hey, I mean, a 21-mile day, that's really
My
good.
fingers are back to being frozen. I didn't pull my gloves out because we're getting so close.
Frozen at the
Just
beginning
trying
of
to
the
keep moving.
day and frozen at the end of the day.
So we'll climb and I'll show you the shelter in a minute. And we made it to the shelter. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
We made it.
We made it.
Does everybody like dogs?
Yep.
How's the shelter?
Well, I'm down over here in that corner there, Mom. So you guys know they said last night it was 18 degrees here.
Okay.
So
18
make sure
degrees
you got
last
the sweater
night.
device.
Yeah.
It goes in sack with you.
Thank you.